I want to give you a brief introduction on outlining. And what I want to do is emphasize how important it is to start outlining right from the beginning of the semester. A lot of students wait until the middle of the semester or even worse, the end of the semester to start outlining, but it's really important to start right away. I started literally day one of my law school classes, which some people might think is a little bit ridiculous, but honestly, it helped to get in that habit right away. And a lot of our students who we help tutor in law school so that they can graduate at the top of their class, they use this same technique. And rather than finding it kind of burdensome, they find it very freeing to outline from the beginning of the semester. And I'll tell you why. The first reason it's good to start outlining right away is because you'll learn the skill of outlining. Some people say, I'm going to wait until week 5 or 6, but in week 5 or 6, you're not going to be better at outlining than you are in week 1. You're still going to have to learn the skill of it. So it's easier if you start right from the beginning of the semester and you can work on perfecting this skill all along. Secondly, you'll remember the material better if you start outlining earlier. The sooner you outline, the sooner you can start memorizing the law and learning your outlines. So you're actually making it a lot easier for yourself to memorize the law because it's not something that you're pushing off into 2 weeks before the final exams. It's something that you can do all throughout the semester. So that's another advantage of starting early. Third, you will understand how everything fits together. One big complaint that we hear from first-year students is that they feel lost. They're in week 5 or 6 or 7 and they say, I don't even know what we're doing anymore. I don't know how what we're learning now fits into what we learned before. I feel like I'm just reading a bunch of random cases. So they feel lost, and that obviously creates a lot of anxiety. Well, if you start outlining right from the beginning of the semester, you will naturally have a bigger picture of the law. You'll understand how concepts fit together, and you're less likely to feel lost. And then lastly, the added bonus of outlining is you can use study period to study. So that 2 weeks before your final exams, you'll probably have some kind of study period. Some law schools call it reading period or reading week. And you can actually use that to continue to memorize your outlines and practice exams, which is going to really give you a huge advantage on the final exam. An added bonus of outlining is that once you have your outline, you don't have to look at anything else. So it's actually a really freeing feeling. All right, once you've taken your class notes and your casebook and your supplements and everything else and you've combined them into your outline, you can literally discard everything else. You don't need to look at anything else. You don't need to study anything else. You have everything you need in your outline. So it's really nice to have an outline because honestly, it frees you of this burden of all this other material that you're probably lugging around with you. And you can just focus on that instead. So we recommend you start outlining early on in the semester, and we'll teach you this in-depth strategy to beginning your outlines.